In the Soviet Union, after the revolution, the Soviets sought to foster the integration of Jews in the new society by abolishing all restrictions on where they could live or what occupations they could pursue. As a result, in the 20 years between the end of the Civil War in 1921 and the Nazi invasion of the Soviet Union, a major transformation took place within the Jewish population of the country, so that by 1941, the majority of Soviet Jews lived in 6 towns: Moscow, Leningrad, Kiev, Kharkiv, Odessa, and Minsk. Urbanization, even before 1914, had been accompanied by the adoption of the Russian language, and Russification was frequently associated with the adoption of the values of the Russian intelligentsia, a group deeply at odds with the surrounding society. The adoption of its values inevitably brought with it rejection of what were regarded as Jewish petit bourgeois values, backwardness, provinciality, that seemed to be embodied in the families of those who became Russified in this way. The processes of acculturation and integration were enormously accelerated by the policies of the Bolsheviks. The emigration of over 2 million people from Russia in the aftermath of the revolution, among them some 50,000 Jews, most of them from the educated classes, created a huge gap in skilled personnel and created new opportunities for upwardly mobile Jews. Industrialization and the 5-year plan furthered this process. Some Jews, as in the poster, became workers. 30% of economically active Jews in 1939 were described as industrial workers, but the majority were clerical workers or officials. Jews were particularly strongly represented among the ranks of managers, accountants, technicians, teachers, doctors, cultural workers, professors, agronomists, engineers, and architects. Those Jews who emerged from the Soviet universities in the late 1920s and 1930s constituted a generation devoted both to the ideals of the revolution and to Russian culture as embodied in the traditions of the pre-revolution intelligentsia. According to one of them, Mikhail Baitalsky, quote, "While we all prepared ourselves to be agitators and propaganda officials, at the same time, quote, we inherited the moral ideals of all the generations of the Russian revolutionary intelligentsia, its non-conformity, its love of truth, its moral sense. At some level, these two sets of values were at odds with each other. According to David Samuilov, there's a distinction to be made in the two aspects of this generation. Within it, he writes, there were both the Jewish members of the intelligentsia, or at least the material out of which the intelligentsia would be created, and the many thousand strong detachments of red commissars and party functionaries, dehumanized, raised by the wave, intoxicated by power."